welcome everybody. Welcome everybody to Blue Crystal Literary Magazine's Open Mic August 2K24. This is the third time that we are meeting online, virtually, and this night we will share the experiences of our poem, of short story, and songs. Anything you have. You are open to share your experiences about anything, and you can um, tell your poem, you can tell your story, you can also sing your song, you can also play music. Anything is welcome. This night will be phenomenal for all. Thank you everybody. So without no late, I would like to come call the stage on Sir Christian Foster. Are you there, Christian?
Hello? I'm here.
Yes, yes. So we welcome you. We should have a big applause to Christian Foster for his poem. Over to you, Christian.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, but we can't see you.
Okay, let me turn my camera on.
Yes. Thank you.
There we go.
Yes, yes. Now you are visible.
The silent room speaks to him in whispers, too deep for the average being to understand. The voice is the inner child that longs to grow into the wholeness of a man. The voice wants to be heard the way the world never heard it, felt the way the world was never able to feel it, understood the way the world was never able to understand it, all for the sake of wholeness. The silent room speaks to him in the memories of the past experiences the world imposed on him. He says, help me, in the way the world was not able to help him. For as a man, the world he lives in frowns upon the one who is vulnerable, perceiving him as soft, weak, especially if he's been misunderstood. As silent as the room, he is unable to speak, not even knowing that he has a voice and there is power in his words, because he has been conditioned to believe his words do not hold any power.
Thank you so much. It was a very good poem.
Thanks.
So inspirational. So inspirational. The words you have chosen were great. We are honored to have you again with us. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Now we would like to call Jitu. Jitu from India.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
So that was a lovely poem.
The stage is for you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you. That was a lovely poem, Christian. So yeah, I will try to match up to that level of your good poem.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So this poem is called The Tree on the Free Road. Before I start the poem, just a small description. So we all encounter problems in life, right? And when you talk about these problems, let's say to your friends or your family or anyone, they will all give you some kind of free advices, right? There will be like some cliched lines everybody uses, like fight your problems, jump your problems, ignore your problems, cry through it, some sort of stuffs like that. So I'm just written a poem, something similar to that. It's called The Tree on the Free Road. As I journeyed down the free road, a big mighty tree was a sight to behold. The chirping birds were a sweet delight, the low-hanging fruits a tempting sight. Like toxic love, it pulls me near, blocking my foresight, making it unclear. The journey has come to a halt. The path is no more free, cause I'm stuck here now, behind a big, mighty tree. What do I do? I ponder my mind, thinking hard for a solution to find. Maybe I can chop this tree. That way, I will be free. But how much of an effort will that take? With my tiny knife, how deep a cut can I make? I can keep chopping with all my might, but it's going to be a long, gruesome fight. Time will just pass by me, but I'll still be here, stuck behind this big, mighty tree. Maybe I can keep climbing with all my might. What would happen if I keep climbing through the night? I would just be exhausted and dimming my light, and eventually a fall from an even greater height. All I would have achieved is a broken knee, and I'll still be here, stuck behind a big, mighty tree. Maybe I can just ignore the tree and keep walking as if I don't see. That's the most stupidest thing I can do. Ignore its presence and try to walk through because it's just going to bump into me, and I'll still be here, stuck behind this big, mighty tree. With my future very bleak and my spirit so weak, I break down in tears and say my final prayers. A little ant bites me on the feet, and behind a tree, it tries to retreat. That's when I see a clear path around the tree. I got so fixated on this big, mighty tree in front of me that I just couldn't let it be. And that's the reason I couldn't see the clear path that could have set me free. And there was no need for me to be here, stuck behind this big, mighty tree. That's it. Thank you.
Wow, very fantastic poem.
Thank
The
you very much.
poem is the very descriptive one. It has
Yeah.
vividly painted the picture of a picture of nature associated with human life, the various phases of human life. Very good. Well done.
Thank you very
Keep it
much,
up.
Shahid.
Has it
Thank you very
published?
much.
Has it published anywhere?
Yes, I have actually written two poetry books of my own. It's
Hmm.
self-published via Amazon.
Hmm.
It's called 3
Kindle.
a.m. Thoughts and Poems, and the other
Oh,
book is called The Pursuit of Solace.
wow,
Both
wow.
are on Amazon.
Please put the link in the chat box. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, I
Thank you
will.
for gracing. Thank you for gracing us today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We
Thank
are
you.
honored. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Very good.
Yashuka, for the comments, and thank you everyone for the comments as well.
Thank you.
Samyuya and Sahib and Yashuka. Thank you.
Thank you. The next is Yeshuka. Yeshuka?
Hiya. I'm not going to turn on my camera because I'm feeling quite
Yes,
ill
yes.
today. So.
No problem. You can do without
Okay,
camera.
thank you.
Thank you.
So this is a poem called Goldfish Girl, and it describes the teenage life of a young girl. Sometimes they walk past my room and they tap on the edge of my door like it's a thin glass shield, like those that are on fish tanks or bowls, almost like one half the population had as a kid on their bedside table. And puckered at, so the glass enlarged their faces, leaving the fish intimidated. Maybe it's me. I'm the fish. Inside that shield that's easily broken. It's not even glass at this point, it has less value than that. It's more like a prop drywall, cheap, easily punched, something to take anger out on. It soaks up the fish tank or bowl water to the drywall, I don't know, drains me of energy, kills me inside. Because inside swims a goldfish, meek, nothing like the horse over Neptune's seas, forgetful, emotional, vain, staring out without reply, lost memories, immersed in each stupid thing like they're all fireflies, just a goldfish girl who can't tell the difference between sea and sky.
Very good poem. Very good poem. I think it is a psychological one, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yes. The stream of consciousness technique has been vividly used in this poem. The of the poet's perception about the goldfish and the psychological turmoil which goes on in the mind of poet is the best of this poem. Very nice. I may say
Thank
very
you.
good one. Thank you. Go it. Heads up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Has it published anywhere?
I actually only publish my poems on Instagram at the moment.
Okay. So you can submit to us. We also have a magazine there. Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. I will do.
Thank you. Okay. The next is Jitu is done. Next is William. So we are welcoming William.
Yeah. Yeah, hello everyone. Let me
Hello.
share my poem. So I think I will share my poem to you all. And the title is Relaxing. Relaxing. Last time I had beautiful sunset. Enjoyed my catching eye at the Ayuga Hotel. Caught a lot of eels. I felt like crumbs. On the other hand, scream time at empty room. No one could hear me. For me, it was make me relax. Strangely, I didn't swim very well. Almost jealous with my goal. Thank you.
Very good poem. Thank you. Thank you. The next is Helen.
Hey, guys. Thanks, Sahib.
Thank you.
Keelan, I'm gonna
Helen,
read
we would
Yes.
like to know about you.
Okay, well, I'm from Long Island. As
Yes,
far
we
as the
cannot
rest of
see you. We cannot see you.
Oh, I see what
Yes.
you're saying.
Yes.
You guys like to
Yes.
hang on.
Yes.
Is that working?
Now, yes.
There we are.
Yes.
Okay, brilliant.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna read. Let's see. I'm gonna read a poem, and then I got another poem because they're real quick. It shouldn't take up too much of your time. Okay, come on, guys. Where did it go? Writing, poetry. It's called Trees. We're all hard at work, trapped in an unending game of catch and release with life. Our job is to hook the age in which we live on our fishing line and reel it in. And when we have it, do heaven knows what with it. Slap it around, revise it, reprove it, dress it up in tap shoes and tails, take it around to the bars so that the sad melting drunks may have a laugh. It's not clear what we're meant to do with our age, but we're supposed to do something. Otherwise, the age will slip away, and the Mongols will come, and we don't care for Mongols. So we work on it, casting our lines, hooking and pulling, reeling, hoping for something more than a can, a boot, hoping desperately for that big shining fish, stressing, straining. Meanwhile, on the far side of town, a beautiful woman lies in her bed, and nobody has ever seen her, and nobody will ever see her. And she goes outside at night and stands by the trees, but no one will ever see. And she and the trees look up, and the night is full of stars that nobody but her and the trees will ever see. All right, that's mine. That's called Trees. And now, with your indulgence, I'd like to read a little number written by my 7-year-old daughter, who is much better poet than myself. This here.
Yes, go on. The
This
previous
here
poem,
is.
the previous poem was good, very good. It was very nice.
Thank you.
You can go ahead. Thank you.
This here is called. This one here is called. This one here is called Wind Never Touches Me. This is written by a 6-year-old. When I am in a windy night, I am very unusual. When the wind hits me, I don't fall down. When I fall in the wind, I don't get hurt. I run around in the rain, and I do not get wet. Kaylee, age 6.
Wow. She has written some words also, which has put in line, but the words have the depth. And in such a little age, she has got the poetic spirit within herself. Very good. It is really enthusiastic. Thank you. Now we would like to call Julian Matthews. Hello, Julian.
Hi,
Yes, we are welcome you.
may I share screen?
Yes, go ahead. You can share.
It's not turned on.
Wait, let me check. Meetings, host to share screen. Yes, now you can share.
Okay, thank you.
Hmm.
So I have 2 poems for you today. The first one is called Fireflies. Fireflies. Once on a moonless night slushing oars on a quiet river with you, I tried to snap photos of their iridescent display. Like a fool, I pointed my brand new Canon at their bushy stage, flash gun on auto, and clicked. The night boomed with light, and the Beatles' choral glow up went silent, momentarily stunned. A dramatic pause to their opening performance, as if the main act had arrived. Silly you shushed me. Let them be. Then the erratic flickering started up again, more fervent and vigorous than before, like furious pulsating pulsars, scintillas of starbursts, fun-sized drops of Venus. A courting of the self-illuminated, blinking and winking impulses. Are you there? Are you there? Are you there? It was amateur night of unbottled longings, unbridled release, wee sparklers spinning quickie made-up scripts in the dusk air. Teensy-wincy starers in their own tiny rom-coms, awaiting the come-hither reply. I am here. I am here. I am here. I turn to see the reflection of their dance flicker in your eyes, smiling, aglow. Such sublime moments in time now merely fireflies in my mind, the gift of a memory that we were once there, and I am here. I am here. I'm still here. End poem, thank you. And second poem is called Psalms. Once a friend looked at the lines in my hands and called them a palmist's nightmare. He said it is a joke. I saw it as a premonition. My hands were my bread and butter, my fingers tapped out my livelihood. I have rolled up sleeves and spat in them. Words put gruel in my belly, refilled empty glasses. Now I only see half-baked psalms written in the palms, no doubting Thomases to test their holiness. I carry grief in them like cobblestones in the pockets of my heart. I cup love in them like starlings on a wire, scared off by a hawk's shade. They tug at kited dreams only to be scarred by rope burns, calloused by clingy, clawing fantasies. These hands have yet to clasp any holy grail. They bear the sins of bloody, benighted betrayals. entangled lines crisscross like crocheted wounds. A stitch in time has healed none of mine. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Julian, the first poem I'm here was the fantastic. It was a magnificent poem. The words that I'm here and the mentioning of the stars, galaxy, it depicts the human existence that we are here. We are definitely here. And we have lots of works to do. We are alone, but we are on the journey, on the verge to get something in our life. When you were saying, when you were reading the poem, I was feeling that I was on a Hawaiian island in a evening, on the evening, with nobody beside me. I was completely alone and enjoying the nature. I was exploring everything, each and every element which is related to nature and which represents, which is the testimony of my existence in this world. Am I right, Julian? Thank you. This is the observation I have found after going through your poem. The next is our last participant, Bob Smith. So we welcome Bob Smith. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So kindly switch on your video and kindly start your poem. We are eagerly waiting for your poem.
Okay, just give me a second. Sorry. I have a lot of poems, so I have to pick a specific one.
Yes. You can read 2 poems also, as per your choice.
So this is a very old poem. It's an acrostic poem. It's called Ryan. Roads intersect, thoughts congest. Your hand reaches out, swings all about. Air is cold when this story is told. New images birth from traffic of thoughts, words layered and taught. Roads intersect, thoughts congest. Your hand reaches out, swings all about. Air is cold when this story is told. New images birth from the traffic of thoughts, words layered and taught. Sounds crowd, getting closer and closer as they surround, choking perception like smoke. That's the end of it.
Nice one. Do you have any other poem?
I have a lot of other poems. Let's see if I can find another one. Star hung on the black wall of the abyss. Among chaos, burning flakes of dust, crowd, roaring. Voices screaming, yelling, laughing. Different directions echo about in confusion and contradiction. Among the chaos, burning flakes of dust, proud, howling like dogs on the leash of meaning, desperately searching, yearning for truth, satisfaction, and salvation. Long journeys start and end fulfillment, a feeling that most men grasp under the plastic casing of character and righteousness. There is the need to climb, and most, if not all, fall, assuming they begin. Various strains of codes and disciplines, dogmas and rituals by which men refine the petroleum of black, sticky and thick, tangible and the intangible. The certainty of uncertainty. That's the end of that one.
Nice one. Thank you so much for gracing this evening. It was very pleasurable. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Dewitt Jenkins.
Yes,
Are you
Yes.
there? How are you?
not too
Today
bad. And you?
I have pronunciated your name correctly, right? It's
Yes,
Dewitt
Dwight Jenkins. Yes,
Yes, Dwayne Jenkins. Right,
Yeah.
Dwayne Jenkins. Right.
yes.
So how are you?
Pretty good. And you?
Good. Have you received the certificate of last event?
A certificate of the last time?
Yes.
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Thank you. So what do we gonna have today?
Okay. So let me pull it up.
Yes. Actually, I was thinking that where is Dwayne Jenkins?
Pardon?
I was thinking that where is Dwayne Jenkins?
Oh, no. I had a computer glitch. I would be here. I would be here. I told you I would be here.
Yes.
Okay.
We know.
Yeah.
We know.
Okay.
Yes.
So
The
the
stage is
poem
yours.
I wrote
Yes.
for
The
this
stage is
event.
yours. Yes. The stage is
Can you hear
yours.
me?
Yes. The stage
Okay.
is yours. So go on.
I'm sorry?
The stage is yours. So go on.
Okay, great. So the poem I wrote is a conversational poem. It's a cultural issue. I thought the Indian culture is quite rich in both its heritage and religious value, and so I did what they call a conversational poem in which you have two people that are involved in a conversation, and so that's what it's going to be. The persons that are involved are Peter and Carliani. You see that more clearly in the written form because orally I can't really change voices, but I'm going to tell you when they come on. So the poem is entitled, Should I Marry the Beautiful Indian Girl? A Conversational Poem. Here's what Peter says. It was a cold winter day in Toronto. Icicles protruding provocatively especially on the trees in the Old Mill area of the city, in sharp contrast with the warmth which seemed to resonate from her beautiful brown skin. Her eyes exuded a certain innocence. Her beautiful long black hair came to the middle of her back. She wore a sari, a long piece of fabric wrapped around her body and draped over her shoulder, and a short blouse underneath, where one could see her midriff. I had seen her a couple of times, but we spoke only briefly. I understood her name was Karyani, a melodic moniker meaning beautiful and lovely, found in the epic Mahabharata. Karilani, here's what she says. I was inside an Indian restaurant eating some basmati rice when I saw him looking at me. He wore a shirt that showed off his nice build. He had on a nice pair of blue jeans in contrast to his off-white looking skin, and he wore a smile as he walked into the restaurant that seemed like it could melt the stone. He gingerly walked into the restaurant and asked me if he could sit down. I nodded yes. He asked me my astrological sign. I smiled. India uses a Vedic system of astrology as opposed to the Western system. Although there are many similarities between Vedic astrology and Western astrology, Vedic astrology is more detailed. The focal point of Western astrology is the sun, where the focal point of Vedic astrology is the moon. Peter. She was so beautiful. and I wanted the world to see me with him. So to make a conversation, I told her that I read that Gandhi led the nonviolent movement for India's independence, and it was he who served as a model for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. nonviolent protests in the 60s, in which it was regarded as the Black Civil Rights Movement. During our conversation,
Wow. Do it,
looks like,
Shinkin.
hang on, my screen.
Is it done?
No. With my screen, in which regards the Black Civil Rights. During our conversation, I mentioned that I know that Sanskrit is the sacred language of Hinduism, and that I understood Hinduism believed in many gods. Thinking that I impressed her, I asked her if perhaps to go on a date another time, and I quietly thought to myself, who knows, just maybe after the third date, I'd get lucky. Caroline, the Western world, and Christians especially, appear to believe that Hindu worship many gods. In point of fact, Hindus worship one supreme being called Brahman, though by different names, that he has uncountable divine powers. When God is formless, he is called Brahman. When God is formed, he is known by the term Paramatma. Our conception of the Almighty God has three forms: Brahma, the creator; Vishnu, the sustainer; and Shiva, the destroyer. This looks like my screen is giving me a problem. Karyani. The Western world, and Christians especially, appear that Hindus worship many gods. In point of fact, Hindus worship one supreme being called Brahman, though by different names, and he has uncountable divine powers. When God is formless, he is called Brahman. When God is formed, he is known by the term Paramatma. Our conception of the Almighty God has three forms: Brahma, the creator; Vishnu, the sustainer; and Shiva, the destroyer. Does your conception of God not have three forms? God the Father, Jesus, or properly named Yeshua, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And did you know that there are those that say that the so-called missing years, and which there is no recording of Jesus' whereabouts, that he might have been studying in India? Unlike Christians who advocate that the Bible is the infallible word of God, Hindus do not find any one spiritual text to be definitive. We often look to texts like the Vedas, the Upanishads, and Bhagavad Gita for special guidance, but there's no pretext that they are infallible. We also have the Dharma, which emphasizes the four proper goals of human life, so-called the right way of living, the last one being moksha, which emphasizes liberation, spiritual values, and self-actualization. In a nutshell, Hindus do not believe that God is far away, living in a remote heaven. Hindus believe that God is inside each and every soul in the heart and consciousness, while waiting to be discovered. This is not unlike what Saint Teresa of Avila, a Christian saint, believes and states in the quiet prayer. Peter, I did not realize this about the Hindu religion. I guess Hindus see God in a more intimate and experiential way. I usually celebrate Christmas, and it's coming up pretty soon. Would you ever consider coming to a Christmas activity with me? Are you up to ever going on a date with me? Tatiana, sure. I don't mind going to Christmas activity with you. Hindus believe it's good and edifying act to celebrate other religions. It's a unifying gesture. And maybe you could come to some of our festivals. Diwali is known as the festival of lights. It symbolizes the spiritual victory of light over darkness. And we also have the Holi festival in March, which symbolizes a time of rebirth and rejuvenation. I've just been in Canada for a few months, but I've heard during Christmas deaths from drunk driving is on the rise. Maybe it is for this reason that alcohol is forbidden during these two Hindu festivals. As for dating, I don't really use the term. If after meeting you a couple of times and we seem to click, maybe I can introduce you to my family. Family is really important to me. Hindus espouse chastity, no sex before marriage. We think that it's important to establish a spiritual union before a physical one, and that a true spiritual union culminates in marriage. You see the sari that I'm wearing? You probably think that it's just a piece of clothing a fashion statement, if you will. But more than that, it's a sign of respect for elders and family values. Peter, how is the rice, by the way? I guess you're a vegetarian. I was thinking about it, but I like different foods. Not sure I'm ready for that yet. Kellyanna, you Westerners seem to focus on the physical and material in everything. For Hindus, vegetarian is not about a choice of foods. It's about spiritual purity. Hindus believe that if you eat an animal, you obtain the spirit of the animal, which compromises a human spiritual vibration and purity. The desire to be a vegetarian also stems from the concept known as ahimsa, nonviolence and compassion towards all beings. This is why Hindus do not believe in abortion except for the health of the mother. Westerners seem focused on when a fetus becomes a body. Hindus focus on when a fetus becomes a soul. Thank you.
Dewitt Jenkins, you always rock.
Sorry?
You rock. You're great. The poem was like a normal piece of art.
I can't hear you so good.
Hello? Now you can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a very good poem. I may say that it was a fantastic one. Magnum. It was a magnum opus. The way you have described the purity of Hinduism was great. You have gone through, you have penetrated into the deep of Hinduist culture. It was nice. We are thankful to have you again tonight.
My pleasure to be
You
here.
have made, yes, the very good. Anybody want to add any chat or any comment on Dewitt Jenkins' poem? Yes, I can see. Yeshuka said that the poem was incredible. Jitu says that the sounds like I'm reading a novel, great writing. You should write a book, sir. We also want to request you, Dewitt Jenkins, that please write a book. Please collect all of your poem and write a book. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Gracias. So we are at the concluding page of our open mic poetry today. So it was a pleasurable, and we are honored to have all of you with us. And we wish that we would meet once again on September open mic at the third Sunday of September 2K24 once again. And the recording and the certificate and the recording of this open mic will be shared to you in mail by tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Thank you very much.
In September, it's just for singing, though, right? Your open mic in September is just for singers?
Yes. There is also an event. An upcoming event is there. It is an a cappella. It is an singing event, open mic singing event, in which the singer will come and they will share their music. It's a musical performance event, musical night.
Okay,
so yes. So on behalf of Blue Crystal Literary Magazine, I welcome you all for the musical night on September 5th, Sunday. And we are on the ending phase. So thank you all. And your certificate and your recording will be sent to you in mail. Thank you very much. Good evening. Bye-bye. Arigato in Japanese. Thank you. Arigato. Thank you.
Okay, bye. Oh.
Bye-bye.